As I always tell you that here at our homestead farm, everything depends on each other. It is another day of making a fertilizer as well as chicken medicine. This should be the final product, but I'm going to show you the herbs I used, the weight I used, as well as the measurements. So today we are making chicken medicine as well as a fertilizer. We shall use it in our garden, as well as it will work as medicine to the chicken. Chicken feed this while it is fresh, but for the plant, use fertilizer when it is not fresh. We are going to keep it for some good time, then later we shall be putting it to our plant. It does not matter any plant, whether it is a banana plantation, whether it is vegetable, whether it is anything, as long as it is a plant, and you're gonna depend on each other. First of all, we corrected whatever we needed. Some of the things I don't know their names, but make sure that they are not harmful. It can be a weed, it can be a herb. Among the herbs I used, there was rosemary, lavender, thyme, and so many other things. We collected almost everything, whether it is a weed. And as I always tell you, that these things should be depending on each other, and make sure that while collecting these things, so that you have the two in one, make sure that whatever you collect, it is not harmful to the chicken. Remember, you're going to first give it to the chicken, then later turn it into a fertilizer. So whatever you do, you know, some of the plants, they were not supposed to feed them to our chickens. Hopefully you know that, and before doing that, do some research, and you know that very well that when it comes to this, the chicken are not supposed to eat it. For some of the plants are harmful to the chicken. So while collecting everything, I needed the help of my mom, and she was like, she knew very well that, you know, this is not harmful to the chicken, because she has been doing it for ages. I made sure that we do it traditionally, to whereby every person can do it. But if you have a blender, you can easily blend it if you have electricity. But here in my village, we did not have electricity, so we used the motor. And if you don't have a motor, you'll find other ways. This basin is almost 20 liters of water. So we used it because we had mixed lots of herbs as well as the weeds. When it comes to the weeds, there are some weeds which are herbs to humans. Then when there comes to the herbs and spices, we have so many herbs and spices. They are good for human health, as well as good for the chicken, and they're good for many other things. As I've always tell you that, you know, these things, we should have them in our homestead farms, as well as whether you live in the city, you can have it on either a veranda or somewhere else. So after doing the mortar, of course, mom was like, well, I'm going to divide them. I will leave them to dry, others I'll just do it fresh. So you find ways. There are some hard plants whereby you cannot mortar them. So we first cutted them into small pieces, then and mom would consider more doing with that. Later, after that was our mixture, and it was ready to give it to the chickens. As I always tell you, that understand your chickens. We have different types of chickens, whereby we have layers, the commercial layers, we have broilers, we have sasso, we have broilers, we have local chicken indigenous. But in our homestead, in our farmstead, we rear local chickens, and they can literally take anything. So we just leave their basin full of water and they are free to take. Then another mixture, we left it for the fertilizer, and we're going to cover this for 1 week. Later, after 1 week, we shall just serve tea to our plants. You can easily do it. This is free and the cheapest chicken medicine as well as a fertilizer. See you again in the next video. Store our fertilizer in a cool place. Make sure you covered it, and make sure that after 2-3 days you come and stir it so that the mixture gets mixed. That will help you that when it comes to serving this tea to our crops, make sure that every crop gets to get on each and every nutrient, and make sure that you put the remains in a bigger drum. For example, here I was going to transfer it in a bigger drum, as well as to add another water. It depends on how much you want. I needed as much as possible. Do you know why? Because we do organic farming. As I always tell you, that know what you eat. Yeah, when it comes to that, some of the chemicals are dangerous to our health, so you should know. Life is very good. We love life. So if you love life, you have to make sure that what you eat, it. So that is it. And let's stop making life very difficult. By doing this, it's so simple, easy, and cheap. See you again.